Hey guys, it's me, TheTacticalBrit, and as many of you will probably know by now, Rainbow Six Siege is probably one of my most anticipated games of the year, and I finally got around to getting the thing, and I haven't been disappointed at all. It's probably definitely filling the boots of one of my favourite shooters of the year so far, and I can see myself playing it for a long time in the future. Now, within this, doing videos on Rainbow Six Siege has been something I've been debating around with, and I've decided I'm going to go for it, and I've got three sort of general breakdown ideas of what I'm going to be doing. And the first one is a road to max rank on the ranked playlist of Rainbow Six Siege, which will be a live commentary entire series, which should be great. The second one is tactics videos and things that looking like the best operators and best weapons to use in the game, as I normally do with most games, including Battlefield 4. And the final one is just sort of like the general random videos that I throw out whenever I have an idea. So almost like Battlefield 4, but with the added basis of the Road to Max Rank series, which would be pretty awesome to see. Now today, before we get the other series underway, I'm actually just going to be throwing you guys one of the ideas I came up with within the first couple of hours of playing Rainbow Six Siege, and this is a brand new mode idea that I like to call briefcase capture. Now, this is a 2v2 mode, and it has an added factor of AI on a very high difficulty. Now, I know 2v2 sounds a little bit strange, but of course there is AI as well, which probably sounds even stranger, but essentially this could work out quite nicely. Now, the way this mode would go down is that there would be a briefcase located centrally on the map. So say for example, if we were to have Hereford based, it would be on the first floor in one of the middle based rooms. Now, the way this would work is that two teams would spawn in and try and secure said case, and the team that is successful in securing the case wins. But this is going to have quite a few dynamics to it to try and make it a mode which requires a lot more thought and a lot more decision making than perhaps you're used to in any kind of shooter. Now, I know Rainbow Six Siege has a lot of tacticality to it and a lot of decision making to be done, but on a smaller scale of 2v2 with the added benefactor of AI, I feel as though even more decision making could be a way to make this kind of mode work a bit more succinctly. Now, they'd obviously spawn on the opposite ends of the map, and the sight lines would be intentionally blocked to stop the two teams just trying to wipe each other out instantly. We're trying to make a focus here on the briefcase. Now, from there, the two teams will have to try and enter this building and capture the case from a team of highly skilled AI, or feasibly a team of 4 players that are online players. I haven't quite worked out the details as to how that would go down, but it's just kind of the basis that I'm looking for in a fun mode. I want this to be focused on the two teams of 2, but at the same time, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have 4 players defending, or perhaps, of course, AI. It just depends on the franticness of the gameplay, and I kind of want this to be more of a slow decision-based making mode. The two teams could try to kill each other or kill the opposing team members to win the game, but you have to bear in mind, if you lose a teammate to the enemy, you will have a harder time trying to secure the case from the AI and potentially online combatants, depending on whether they are AI or online players. Now, this means that there is a focus on the case, and it's much more important than the focus on the enemy. The enemy are almost like a second benefactor or race against time, so to speak. Now, this could potentially create some interesting environments with the two teams perhaps not engaging at all on some occasions in order to try and take care of the defensive AI. Now, if one team extracts the case to their extraction point successfully, they win the round. If both teams die and fail to extract the case, they both lose the round. And if both teams are eliminated by AI combatants only, the round is a draw. So essentially, the two teams have the opportunity to try and get this case, and the rounds will be decided purely on the basis of who can actually get the case out of there. Now, the way I tried working this out is thinking of every possible scenario that could happen. So say for example, it's 2v2 and one team wipes out the other team, but then they're taken out by the AI. The round is immediately a draw because all 4 players are dead. And if one team takes out the one player of the other team and then they are all wiped out by AI, the round is a draw again. So the idea is that one team successfully has to stay alive and extract the case in order to get a win and force a loss on the enemy team. Otherwise, it's just going to end in draws. Now, I know this sounds kind of complicated and a bit messy, but essentially the way it would work is that there has to be a focus on the briefcase itself, and there has to be a focus on taking care of the AI. That way, the second players that are involved involved, so the two teams, are just as simply there as a matter of principle and a matter of competitiveness. Taking out one player on the opposite team may result in that player having a harder time securing the room, but ultimately, if they get killed by the AI, the round ends in a draw anyway. So really, it's just a simple matter of summing up the odds and decision making. So if I decide that I'm going to ignore the enemy team and focus on the AI, I have two players to work with, so it's myself and another player, and therefore securing the room might not be that much of a hassle in comparison if one of our teammates got taken out trying to engage the enemy and I was there by myself. You have to kind of weigh up the odds. Would it be possible to take on a room of AI by yourself? It's probably not very likely. In terms of scoring, because it's likely there'll be lots of draws, and that will probably happen for a few rounds, it's the first team to reach a 2-point advantage that wins the game. So say for example we draw say 4 rounds because all of us get wiped out by AI, or we kill each other and then we get wiped out by AI, then it takes us one more round and then a round after that to get a 2-point difference to try and win the game. And I know this feels like it isn't exactly a perfect design for a game mode, and it is slightly messy, but I feel as though there is a lot of potential for a smaller scale mode which has lots of ideas there for teams of 2. Now, I really enjoy the tension of Rainbow Six Siege and the decision making and the tacticality, but eventually I feel like that will die down a bit as we get used to this 5v5 dynamic, and I feel like the added factor of more decision making and AI in a 2v2 environment could work fantastically for the game if executed well enough. So let me know what you guys think about this mode in the comments section below. I know, of course, this is a generative idea. There are going to be problems. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but I feel like it's something which could work. So like I mentioned, let me know in the comment section below if this is something you're interested in, and there will also be a Reddit post available in the description as well for you to share your thoughts and ideas on the official Rainbow Six Siege subreddit. And ideally, I'd like to get these ideas out there a bit more, because although this isn't a fantastic idea, if it was manipulated a bit, I feel like the community could come up with something which is really incredibly good to play, and probably something that a lot of people could be interested in. So guys, it's been me, TheTacticalBrit. As always, thank you for watching. Enjoy the holidays, because of course it is that festive time of the year. And I will see you again soon with another video. And I must say, it's probably going to be a Rainbow Six Siege Road to Max Ranked. As always lads, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.